Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Lace, and today I want to do a quick little video, and by quick I mean it's probably going to end up being like 20 minutes or so on this palette by Florasis, and it is just so beautiful. It's really cool. It has like 4 different shades in it, and we're just gonna have fun with it today and do like a really nice, easy, wearable, livable, everyday look that you could get away with whether you're on your way to go hang out, on your way to work, while you're on vacation, all of those things. I'm gonna show you how to make this work. So stick around and let's hang out. My God, I can't believe I have a headband on. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing it for you, and I hope you appreciate it because I would never have a headband on at any other given time. Okay, this is happening. All right, so let's try this on together. I'm gonna show you up close what it looks like because it's gorgeous. I can't even believe that it's like usable makeup because it kind of looks like art. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. So here's a close-up of just the front of it. So gorgeous. And then I'm gonna open it up for you. So I have clearly used this, so you're not gonna see just how stunning it was when it arrives, but like you can't just get gorgeous makeup and not use it. Like, you paid for it, you got to put it to use. It's beautiful, put it on your face, throw it on there, do stuff with it. So this is what it looks like. And so right here is a highlighter. This is just like a satin finish powder that if it so happens to match your skin tone, great, you're lucky. If not, you could use this as like an eyeshadow. This is a kind of bronzer. Like, you can use this as a contour or a bronzer, and then this is a blush up here, but we're gonna use this as just everything today. We're gonna do like a full face with this, and so I want to show you how to make this like a really easy, usable product for like on an everyday basis or when you're traveling, things like that. If you know me, you know that typically I have on a full beat face of makeup, or at the very least I have some really smoky eyes. And so this is not something I would typically do like as a full face and then call it a day. But my clients did ask me to make this channel, and I figured since you wanted me to do this and I'm doing it for you, I should kind of cater to how a large portion of you do your makeup, and a lot of you are more like on the natural side. So I'm gonna show you how to use this in just a really nice, natural, everyday type of way. And I have a trip coming up and I'm considering bringing this with me. The only thing is it's an international trip. I don't know if I trust someone just like throwing this around in my luggage because it is so gorgeous. However, I'm like, maybe I could just put that in my carry-on, like in my personal bag, if I want to be crazy, which I am. So I just have on the basics. I've got my brows on. I'm trying out a new foundation. Not that the foundation is new, it's just new to me. I never tried it on before. And I have on a little bit of eye primer. So normally on my eyes, I will always use a primer and an actual primer. I would never use concealer as a primer for a bunch of reasons. One, it's always gonna crease. And 2, I feel like it's always going to like distort the color of the eyeshadow. So normally I will use either a clear one from Urban Decay, their primer potion, but today using this Maybelline Color Tattoo Front Runner 24-hour wear. Shit, the color is gone. Anyway, it's just this like champagne color. I will figure out the name of it though and list it in the links for you guys. So that's all I have on so far. I know I look dead. What do you guys tell me in the comments? What do you think of this foundation match? It's always hard for me because I'm, yes, very pale, but I am more yellow, like yellow undertones. So I feel like this is a pretty decent match, but I never know. So I don't know. I think based off of what I'm seeing here, it looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm just doing more of like a wear test. So we'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, then I'll discuss with you guys what it was. So we'll take it from there. All right, so let's start with eyes. I'm gonna go in with this Melt Cosmetics brush. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes to use, and it's not even an eyeshadow brush, it's like their highlighting brush. It's pretty big, but I have a lot of real estate up here, so I get away with it. I feel like most people can. So I'm just gonna go in with this like bronzer color I'm gonna tap off the excess, and I am just gonna throw some in that crease and kind of above the crease. So just a quick tip, if you have hooded eyes, and I do, like I feel like I'm kind of looking up a little bit to you, so you might not see, but I do have a slight hood over here. So what you always wanna do is, with your eye open, apply that color, because if you're putting your color on with your eyes closed, when you open it up, and if they're like really hooded, that color is going to disappear. You're not going to see a thing. So let's focus right above that crease right there, and I'm going to keep it really natural for you guys, because like I said, I want this to be something you could like recreate at home. And I'm just starting at this outer corner and bringing it in that crease. I mean, it's just like muscle memory at this point. I'm just blending that out. It's such a great color. It really is a bronzer though, because it's a bronzy color, but it has some really like cool undertones to it. And so, I mean, I'm just really throwing this on there, throwing it all over. And this is so wearable and easy and doable for anyone to do, okay? So I used this big brush just to get a good wash of color, pretty much all over, mostly where you see it when my eye is open. And so that is where I just really wanted that wash of color. And now if I want, I could go in with a smaller brush. This is also a Melt Cosmetics brush. And now if I want, I could really like focus, even with the same shade. And this just goes to show you how like you can take the same shade and make it like manipulate it to look different by using a different brush, by using different amounts of pressure, the placements. Like there's just so much you could do in an artistic way. Like you are in control, so just have fun with it, you know? And so we're just gonna focus a little more on that outer corner here, now on the side. And like now you could see that color is more concentrated. It's a little darker here than it is all over. Like you could definitely see a gradation in color, you know? There's that darkness right here, it's definitely more concentrated, more darker, and then all around it is definitely, and this is like such a gorgeous palette. I don't know how to say it correctly. I don't know if it's Florasis, I have no idea, so I think I'm just gonna stick with Florasis and kind of go from there. I'm gonna put a little bit underneath my eyes here, just for like a little shadow under my eye. And it's just soft. It's a soft wash of color, nothing crazy by any means. Now I am gonna go in with that same brush. I'm just gonna tap off what I just used, and I'm gonna use this lighter shade right here, and I'm gonna put this in the inner corner to the middle of the lid, just to soften this all up a bit. Yeah, I am liking that so far. I'm not done with the eyes just yet, but I do want to throw on some color because I look dead. I look like a ghost. So let's do a little bit of that. So I'm gonna go in with a really big, soft brush, big, fluffy, soft. So this is from BK Beauty. It's their 102 brush. It's gigantic. And so I'm gonna go in with this bronzy color right here. It's a little difficult because the brush is so big and these are not as large. And so I'm gonna go in with this bronzy color, but I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm gonna mix it with the lighter shade right here, not to be confused with the highlighting shade. It's the dark one and the light one. And like, I want you to know that you could do this all the time. You could like mix whatever you want together. I really like going forward on this channel, I really want to like show you guys, okay, is think of it as paint, okay? I know that sounds so like really lace. Think of it as paint. You could mix whatever you want to get the outcome that you want. Now the outcome I want is I want some color on my face, but you see how pale I am, so I don't want to start off right in there. I could always build it up, but it's harder to take away. So I am mixing those two together. And I'm just gonna tap off the excess. And I'm gonna start along my cheeks here and just build it up. Already, I'm not looking dead. Bringing some life to my face. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep adding and adding a little bit at a time. And I'm putting this like on my cheekbone. I'm not putting it underneath my cheekbone. I just want to get like maximum color payoff right now. You guys, I am not used to seeing this much of my forehead. Like, I am not used to it. And if you know me, I bet you're not used to it either. You're like, whoa, lace looks weird like this. Not used to it, freaked out. So I'm gonna start putting just mostly that deeper color and just a little bit of that lighter shade, because now I'm kind of building it up. And I say this in pretty much all of my videos, like it seems like a lot because I'm explaining it to you, but when you're at home doing this, it's so quick and easy, boom, and it goes by in like 5 minutes. So it's just taking a really long time because I'm telling you step by step what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna add a little bit to like the halo of my forehead. I always try to blend this really well up here, even though I have bangs and you never see my forehead anyway. But like, I never want it to be this half circle like stripe around my face. And so I always try to blend it like in, like that, you know? And I'm gonna take this just by itself, but very diffused, and put it a little under here. And that's because it is more cool toned. I don't typically do this with like a bronzer because that's warm tone and nothing warm is hitting underneath your chin. If you're doing this, it's because you want to create the illusion of a shadow under there. And the only way you're going to create that illusion is with something that's really cool toned, because it's supposed to mimic a shadow. So when people go in there with bronzer and they're just throwing it under there, I'm like, hey, why? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? I don't think they even know why, but we all just let it happen. Just these people just watching the world burn, bronzer under the chin at a time. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw a little on the sides of my nose. Nothing too crazy. I'm not like actually going in there and contouring. I feel like I have a brush on one of my lashes, like a brush hair. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this blush color right here. I was trying really hard to use just one brush to make it really easy for you guys. I think I'm gonna go in with a different brush because I want this to be really diffused, okay? So I'm gonna go in with my Luxie 640 Pro Precision tapered brush. I love this for when something is just like a little too pigmented for me and I really, like, I still want to use it, but I really just want like the softest wash of it because it's very fluffy and small though, but like, so it's not dense at all. So this is not going to pick up a lot of product at all. So I'm gonna go in with where the blush color is and just blend that right on top. Now when it comes to blush, I always try to keep it more on the outside of my face. Just think of this as like a guideline, right? Like a rule of thumb. It's not like a rule, you don't have to follow it. I do though, I like it. So basically I try not to have my color come past my iris. So like, especially as you get older, right? Like once you get a little bit older, and by older I mean like over 25, okay? Like you don't want that color to really pass over here, because then you have these like lines, these laugh lines, which are great. That means you had a happy life, right? Happy life. So you don't want it to blend in with that. It just, once it gets into the laugh lines and everything, it just does not look flattering. It does not look good on anyone, really. So I like to keep it on the outside perimeter of my cheeks. And because this is so diffused, I could go in and add more if I want. Now, if you've seen one of my first videos, you'll know I legit get like blush blindness anxiety, okay? Like I will watch other beauty YouTubers and they are just putting so much blush on that I'm sitting there on my couch with my dogs and I'm just like, oh my God, do they know what it looks like? And then they don't know, because they'll say, I'm gonna keep adding more, let's add more. And I'm just like, don't do it, don't add more, don't add more. I mean, I bet even my dogs are like, don't add more, lady, do not add more. But I can go in and add a little bit more because I'm using this very special brush that really diffuses it. Plus I'm gonna throw highlight on top of this and really blend it out. So it's not gonna look heavy at all. I promise you. Also, another thing I really like to do after all is said and done with my like face powders, like bronzer, blush, all that kind of stuff, I like to go in with whatever tool I use to do my foundation. So today I actually used my little sponge. Sometimes I'll use a brush. Whatever tool I end up using, that I will go back in with it and go around the edges of that color and just really blend around those edges. And by doing this, I'm making sure this isn't coming too far down, and I'm making sure it's not coming too far in. And I'm not too concerned about this edge right now because, like I said, I'm gonna put highlighter on, so it is not gonna it's not gonna look crazy, I promise. Would I let you look crazy? Okay, while we are still on blush, I wanna show you another little helpful tip, trick, whatever, that you could do on a daily basis that is going to just like tie your makeup together. It's gonna put a nice balance into your makeup. It's gonna help make it make sense, you know? And so what you can do is go back in with that eyeshadow brush that you had earlier and go in with your blush color, tap it off, and tie it in to the rest of your eye look. And it's just gonna like make it all make sense. It's just gonna tie it in beautifully, and it will always make your look like that much more cohesive, you know? So if you're ever doing your makeup and towards the end you're like looking at it and you're like, I don't know, what does it need? What could I do? Something's just not working, you know? You could just go in with whatever blush color you used and just tie it in there, put a little bit in the crease. And also, like, not just with this palette, but like on a daily basis, if you are just like, you want to get out of the house and go, but like you want to look a little polished, use your bronzer like I did today for your eyeshadow. You could always do that. Like when I'm in a rush, bronzer on the lids, like that is a go-to. That is something you could always do. So I'm just gonna blend that a little bit more onto my cheeks. And like I was saying earlier, you could mix whatever you want in here, you know? Like you can mix all of them together if you want. Should I? What else am I doing today? It's a snow day. I'm not doing anything else. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's do this. So yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna take this brush because, again, very diffused. I'm not gonna put it on heavy. I'm doing it, I'm mixing it all together. And this is just gonna give me a really pretty shimmery, because that highlight, like shimmery blush color. I did it. I mixed it all together. Let's be crazy. To live our lives dangerously. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, if I want, I could even take this brush and like manipulate the shape and put a little bit of that into my crease. Ooh, yeah, see, guys, it's just makeup. Have fun with it. Get crazy, get wild. And then I'm gonna go in and just tap around that. That's really nice. I like that. I could even tap a little bit more out. Right in there. Okay, so I am just gonna wipe some of that product off of this because I still didn't put the highlight on just yet. I'm just using my Sigma switch. Okay, so now we're gonna use just the highlight. It's just so pretty. Okay, and I'm just gonna put that right up here, a little on my nose because I feel like it. A little bit up here if I want. I'll try and do a close-up so that you can see the highlight. This is one of the most beautiful highlights I have ever used, ever. And I don't say that lightly. Like I have used, no joke, I've probably used hundreds of highlighters at this point. Like throughout my whole life, my whole career of doing makeup and everything, like I've seen a lot of highlighter. I've seen a lot. You guys, I've seen some stuff and this is just so beautiful. I love it so much. I really hope you guys could see it through the camera. I'll do whatever I can. I'll like try different lighting. I'll get really close and show you that way. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with that brush for eyeshadow and I'm gonna go in with the highlight again, tap it off, and just put a little bit under my eyebrow right there. If you want, you could even like put some on your inner corner. We could do a little bit of that. I just didn't want it to be like too shimmery. Yeah, that's looking so pretty. I really like it. Yeah. All right, so actually I want to try out a product today. I haven't tried it out yet. I just got it in the mail. It's the Lancome Sills Booster XL. It's like a mascara primer. So I've never used this one before, but since I'm allergic to lash extensions, I have to rely on mascara. And so yeah, we're gonna see how this one goes. So I'm just gonna use my lash curler. This is the one from Refer. This is honestly one of the only ones that actually works on me. I think it's because of my eye shape. And this is the Refer 18R because they have two different sizes. So I feel like this one is a very different size than the typical lash curler size. So I'm gonna go in, lashes man, Antalya, lashes. Okay, so I think it said to do one eye at a time because you don't want this to dry down too quickly. So I'm gonna do one coat of this, and then right after I'm gonna use my Exaggerize from Charlotte Tilbury. I really like this one, but like I am such a mascara slut. Like I have so much mascara, you guys. So let's just see how this goes. And just so I don't screw this up, I'm gonna use a little hand mirror while I do this. I'm not sure how I feel about that because normally I really like this mascara and I feel like that doesn't really do much for it. It might actually be better off without the primer. Let's do just this side with the primer, and then I'm gonna do this one without the primer, just the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerized, and see if there's a big difference there. I think there might be though. Yeah, I feel like this side looks better. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comments, but I feel like that side looks better without the primer. That's so weird. It's so weird. Like I've heard good stuff about this, and I was looking on this for a website for like, I looked under best-selling, this was in there. I looked under like the highest rated reviews, and this was in there. So I don't know, but whatever. That's why I bought like the small size, because I didn't want to invest in the big size and then it didn't work out. So this time I'm happy I did that because yeah, I don't think that was like anything special really. Okay, what else do we have to do? Lips. I have some of my Wild Candy glaze on. I just have that clear one on. I love this stuff, but I feel like I could throw a little more color on. So let me see what I have here. Okay, yeah, let's do a lip liner by Makeup by Mario. This one is Smoky Pink. And then let's do the Prada Monochrome Soft Matte in Typolo. So hopefully that doesn't look bad. These Prada lipsticks, they're so beautiful. So they have, I think, like ultra mattes and soft matte. This is a soft matte. The only thing that I cannot stand about these lipsticks, the Prada lipsticks, pretty much the one thing I cannot stand about luxury makeup in general is how it smells. They want to make it like so heavily perfumed, and I don't know why. I love perfume. I want to smell like my perfume that I paid money for. I don't want to smell like this, but there's the smell and you taste it. So like I smell flowers and I feel like I'm eating flowers, but hey, my lips look nice, right? Okay, so that is it. Super easy, really like cohesive, put together look. You've got your bronzer, contour, bronzer. You've got your blush, highlight. We used the blush, the bronzer, and the highlight as our eyeshadow. We did minimal nose contouring with it, and it just came together. And it's a simple, easy, everyday look. Great for travel because it's just all in one, you know? Can't really complain about that. I don't know, if you're gonna travel with it on a plane, maybe put it in your personal bag, like in your purse, that's on you. Like, do that. I would not trust someone just like flinging my luggage around with this in it. But if you could hold on to it yourself, why not? You know what I mean? Because it is so easy. You just have almost everything in there. And if you are lucky enough where this actually matches your skin tone, then you could actually use this as your face powder, like to set your foundation with. So, I mean, come on, you know? I definitely want to try out more stuff from this brand because this was gorgeous. Like, not only was it like just physically stunning to look at, absolutely beautiful, but it's really beautiful on the face too. Yeah, it's just so gorgeous. I'm gonna try and zoom in with different lighting to see. Hopefully you could get a good idea of what that color and highlight looks like. So I'll just gradually make it lower until the light is off, and hopefully that works. Okay, so the light is off now, and hopefully you could see I've got like a little bit of texture on my skin right now because I started my tretinoin journey about a month ago, and so I'm pretty dry, and I am doing whatever I can to hydrate, but it is just, if you are on tret, you know, it's kind of never enough hydration. So also let me know in the comments, do you think this is a good foundation match for me? I mean, don't look at this and be like, oh god, that's so much darker. I would say look at more like this and let me know, because it always helps. Like, I don't want to be that person that doesn't have the right color. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I had fun. Always love doing makeup and talking to myself, basically. So yeah, okay, see you next time. Bye.